Thank you. Any announcements and correspondence? I have one. I think spring has been waiting. Welcome, fall.
First off, my children, and I'm a good flowers come on.
Yeah, my garden is ready.
Almost Dave was salting
Anybody have any
yesterday.
announcements?
Dave was salting yesterday.
No, I was. The state was
Oh, I
salting.
thought Dave was salting.
No, they were salting up north.
Boy, how many fingers do I have? Just
With my
checking.
good eye, I can tell you.
Mike Ladd, how much snow did you have yesterday?
Not much yesterday.
The
The
day
day
before.
before, yeah, it was like 3 inches on it.
3 inches of snow in his house.
Crazy. Crazy. Okay, meeting guests. Jonathan, are you a guest? Do you want to say anything? We can give you a couple of minutes.
I was just curious if there's any movement as far as the lease agreement that we decided on a while back.
I sort of informed them where we were at.
Yeah, there's no issues with what you sent over.
Okay.
We just haven't,
That's
I'm trying to get a bill. So,
You know, like I said, I mean, you should get up there and check it out, because, you know, Cassie's been doing a lot. She's going above and beyond, you know, but at least, sensitive documents have been shredded. And family and community service took out a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'd
Still a
say
lot of
about-
stuff in there, so we just, you know, I do have a couple directions that people are interested.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know if there's any churches or anybody, so much stuff we gotta get rid of.
Yeah.
Pastor, you guys see anything?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yes.
You gotta find some people that are, a lot of, what are those, day beds, or what are those called?
The little cots.
Little cots and
Yeah.
stuff for kids and stuff. So, but and then Dave Road guys did a great job in the back, they got rid of the fencing and that was part of the town green, so.
and I can mow it too and make it look not as crappy over there on the fence line and all that stuff.
Yeah, so when you guys get bored, go up and look at it.
Yeah.
There's a security code in there, right?
Yeah, I gave it to him.
So, the cops, let's say you're,
Just run.
Yeah. We'll sort something.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. This will be a great addition. Guys, there's been so much positive about this library. They're ready for you.
Well, we're working on ordering everything. We got the furniture order in and I'm meeting with somebody about the opening day collection, this afternoon. So we'll make sure it's stocked.
Yeah. There's a lot of DVD or,
Like VHS tapes.
you know, those kids tapes.
Yeah, I saw there's a guy, a great little toaster that I almost made it off with.
I was gonna say-
Walked through, but I figured it was probably public property by that point.
Well, it's considered abandoned property now.
Okay.
There's
We
this,
went through the
I'll meet you
process.
out back with the VHS.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay, well,
Thank you.
Well,
you know,
and I'll get that brought up to that. There's no issues with what you sent over.
Okay,
So we just haven't brought it to the board to approve it yet. So,
cool. Once you do, we'll get it to ours.
okay.
okay, well, thanks. You like to say that, Tom, I know you're a busy man.
I'll keep my eyes on it.
Okay. Minutes. So I'm gonna make a motion that we approve the April 24th minutes.
Second.
All those in favor, Mike?
Oh, you didn't do roll call.
All in attendance, Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Nick is absent. Move to approve minutes from 4:24. Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Okay, do we have any additions or changes on the agenda?
I would like, under admin, I would like to say a few things about the Portage County Central Visitor Bureau.
So that
Yeah,
would be
under
A under new business?
Yeah.
Under admin, right?
Do you guys have any changes?
No.
John, you have any?
I do, actually. Hold on a second here. Not seeing it, but I was supposed to have an executive decision or executive session for job description thing. We're just gonna cancel that altogether. So I don't need it. It's not even on here, so never mind. It doesn't even matter.
Okay. So,
We have an executive session to the fire department.
it's back there.
Over there, okay. Gotcha.
Now I'm gonna make a motion to remove, amend the agenda, so under administration, under new business, Portage Central Business Bureau, update.
Okay, all those in favor, Mike,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes,
motion
Thanks
passed.
for going to all those meetings, see some smiling face on the Business Bureau. Okay, purchase orders. Do you want to make a motion?
yeah, I moved that we acknowledge purchase orders, I reviewed all of them and I did all that. Make a motion that we accept them.
Yeah, I will second it.
Okay, all those in favor, Mike,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes,
motion passed.
also move that we have, I've reviewed and I signed the warrants, make a motion that we accept those.
And I will second that.
All those in favor, Mike,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes,
motion passed. Thank you, guys.
Okay, public comments and questions? How you doing, Bill?
Good. Trying to keep up with it.
Okay. See, they're building a house over there right by your side, that would be nice.
Yeah, the guy called me yesterday and said, hey, my surveyor said that it's not part of the bridge HOA. And I said, yeah, better look at that again. It's designated as lot 95. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
How are they gonna get around that oil barrel that's on the middle of that property?
It's not an issue because it was approved way back when the allotment was put in, zoning and other restriction laws were not in effect.
No, I was just thinking how they could build a house on it.
It's between the house on the corner and that where that wellhead is HOA property, common property.
Oh, so the house won't make any difference with
No.
it being behind the house?
No, but I think the zoning laws tell you any apparatus like that can't be within
200 feet.
200 feet, yeah, but because this was registered and certified before that law came into effect, it's still grandfathered certified.
Well, isn't there one on the curve right there when you go around? They built a house there, a white and black house. That's,
That's where actually the well is.
oh, okay,
So,
okay.
yeah, the problem is that well sits back there, the guy who owned all the property actually owns that well. The regulator out by the road on Sandy Lake is serviced by Dominion, but there's no easement registered for access back to that well. So
Is there a hiking trail right there?
there is not a hiking trail. That's what it was originally set up to be, but the people that own that property put some gravel in so that the grandkids can drive their little battery cars back in there. But, yeah, if something happens to it, they have to maintain it. I don't really know what they're gonna do to be able to get equipment back there.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for
It'll
that.
be interesting when we try to drive a crane in somebody's yard.
Yeah. Okay, do we have, Pastor, everyone's good? Are there any safety concerns? No. Okay, let's go ahead and get started in the meeting. Okay.
Thanks, Mike. I only have one item for the board this morning for your, for board approval. I have the copy of the fall 2023 through spring 2026, so another 3-year agreement between Brimfield Township and Field Local Schools for our school resource officer agreement. The only changes made to the agreement for this 3-year term versus the last year term is we made some adjustments on the compensation piece, the portion to be paid by Field Local Schools. That has seen a bit of an increase. And the reason for that is, as I look back at our payment structure and the breakdown between Field Local Schools and the township, we really haven't seen any changes in that since 2018. So due to some changes in our wage structure and some increases that have come in our collective bargaining agreements, it was prudent to make some adjustments on the compensation piece. So That's the only change that you'll see in the agreement is there's been a tiered increase on the portion that's paid by field local schools for that. So this,
So what is it now?
currently it is, in the prior years, it's been a total of $54,000 per year paid by field local schools. And if you look at that compensation piece of the agreement, which is in section 13, that tiers up a bit in year one and tiers up again in year two and year three. So just a
That
gradual
kind of
tiered
matches
increase.
your increases in pay.
I'm sorry?
That kind of increases, matches your increases in pay with the patrolman.
Yeah, it may not be an exact match, but when my discussions with Dave, I explained to him that we've kind of left this static for a number of years, so some adjustments are going to be approved, and he understood that. And that's already been approved by field local schools at their board meeting on April 18th. So
Want to make a motion for that?
I'm gonna make a motion that we approve the contract for the school resource officer.
Second,
All those in favor, Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
yes.
Motion passed. So now if you just sign that.
Sign right here.
I've got a copy for you right here if you need a.
That's the,
Oh, okay, you're good. I may have just made a duplicate copy then.
Okay.
That's fine.
You just need one signature?
Just one signature on behalf of the board is fine.
well, can we, if that's an original with this signature on it, let's have that and then just give you one and.
Yep.
Then I'll have one for my file or something.
That'd be fine.
Well, bring that one over there. We'll have my sign that one too, please.
I think it's the third.
Third. Then okay, please. Thanks. We'll sign this one.
It's a great piece to have in the schools.
Just pass that one down the road.
And that's all I had on the agenda for you guys this morning, unless you have any other questions for me.
Good. Thank you. Okay. Great.
Good. Calls for service for 2023 are 555 right now. As I stated before, we are increasing our calls steadily.
How much was it for the year before?
I have to look, Mike, I didn't put it on this one. I'm trying to do the year before every quarter, unless you want. Every time.
Because I noticed you didn't have them last time.
Yeah, I try to do them quarterly, unless you want them.
You know me, I'm a number kind of guy.
Okay, I'll put them on.
Please.
Every time. We're probably 50 ahead, which if you march that out, it puts about 200 ahead this year, is what I'm estimating.
555 divided by how many months? April, for 4 months.
Yeah. So we were 1,700 last year, I'm guessing around 2,000 this year. But that's what happens when we grow in the township. Past 2 weeks have been, so we're really on the station build, the sprinkler work is the thing you don't see. We're still fighting with the county on settling the sprinkler system for the interior. Again, they put in a sprinkler system, they came back and said we need more than the sprinklers. People happened to be out on a Thursday meeting that we had and said, we're here. They went in and said, oh yeah, you don't need that now. So now it's back to the county. So that's just kind of slowing down the interior work on that. The painting,
How close was it on
they're getting closer. Oh, you mean on the sprinkler or everything?
no, in the fire days? Is there a floor and stuff in here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What is it?
No, floors in, I would say, estimated guess on our side, we're 75%.
Well, that's good.
Yesterday at the USDA meeting, they said the end of June was supposed to be the fire department, and then the end of December was supposed to be the rest of it.
Yeah, they have it marked as July 7th. What's the move-in date, but,
When can you start using the base?
well, I hope July. So we can't move anything over until we get that certificate.
Okay.
But then they have to work on the other bands and still do all that stuff.
Yep.
They're gonna put concrete between the old. Well,
Yeah, you'll be able to walk through.
okay.
There'll be 2 open walkways through
When are
one
they
side
gonna,
to the other.
when are they gonna get all that crap up? That big concrete hunk hanging by the gazebo?
That, we asked about that, Sue, is there, that's the excavator, when he comes back, that's his responsibility. They'll bring it in and they'll take a big drill bit and just knock it apart and throw it away, so.
Yeah,
But it is their responsibility for that.
it's looking good.
It's getting there, it's just slow. The painter's been in electrical work, you'll see the siding started on the north high side. He was there for 2 days and put 4 pieces up, I hope he's not that slow, I'm thinking rain pushed him out, but you'll see that starting to come up. That's what's going on right now.
I'm gonna get up there and see it.
Yeah.
What color is that siding you're putting up?
It's a clay,
Like a clay.
yeah, clay color. That would be the same color that will go around to the admin side.
Well, they're gonna put another tiered roof over the old one.
Yep.
So when does that start, when they do the?
After July 7th.
Oh, okay,
We'll move over and they'll start working on the other side.
so that's considered part of that other building. Is that an admin side?
Well, it is, but, so again, they say the fire department will be done, well, not really, because they still owe us the whole other bay yet.
Okay.
That's kind of where we're at.
I just, I don't know, we were told dates, this just keeps moving,
Right. I asked.
I'll wait until we see it being done those days, that's what
I ask them every time, and like I said, it kind of lines up, their overreach lines up with their overreach, so. It's a game, right?
No,
It's a game.
we're gonna play that game to the very end though, just because they have overages doesn't mean they get away from everything, so.
I understand, but I have a feeling it's gonna line up very similar to what.
That's what they're trying to do.
But, you know, just
Yeah, right.
talking to some other guys in business and doing this stuff, they're all dragging. It's not just us, everybody seems to be dragging.
Well, when you talk to Scott, I'm using Scott as, I can scream and yell, but that can't make him get another roofer there. It's,
You know,
it's what it is.
he's about as frustrated as you are.
Yeah, so. We're getting tired of living out of closets, but keep saying a couple more months. And we'll be there. So-
Yeah.
So we're getting close. I did reach out to the wood guy again with no callback, so I'll reach out to him again. Did you ever speak to him?
Yeah, a few times. And I told him to write it to you, so.
I'm still trying to get with him.
Well, yeah, just make sure you call. They've been pretty good at calling back.
Yeah, he didn't call me back, but I'll follow up with that.
Yeah, okay.
Pavel Resny, the new hire, he started on Monday. He'll be doing 2 weeks of 40s and then he'll roll on shift. It kind of rolls into the board approval items. I need board approval to accept Bailey Collier's resignation. He ended up going to Kent. I do have a copy I'll send over to the fiscal office. Do we need board approval?
Just acknowledge his resignation.
I'd like to make that motion that we accept Bailey Collier's, I'm sorry,
Yep, you're right.
Acknowledge.
to accept Bailey Collier's resignation.
And I will second that for discussion. How long has he been with us?
2 years. Yeah, in fairness to Bailey, his grandpa was a former chief at Kent.
Oh, yeah.
And he, when we discussed things, there was an opportunity that he was going to take if he ever got it anyways, so.
I mean, that picture you showed us of, all these apartments
Yeah.
trying to steal from each
Yeah.
other.
Oh, I know.
That was right at the emergency room.
Oh, yeah. 2 years ago, there was one hanging.
Now it's 40.
Oh, yeah. People were throwing them away.
That's
We
crazy.
can get rid of that, but we're all in the same boat on that.
I never thought we'd see this with fire departments.
Police and fire. I thought when they mentioned it, it was, I'll never see that one. I'm seeing it now.
So crazy.
With that being said, I also went ahead and went down the list to our next hire, and that would be Caleb Sturm. And he has already accepted the position and started on the
Let's-
15th.
Let's vote on Bailey still.
Okay.
All those in favor, Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Motion passed. Okay, go ahead, Greg.
Again, Caleb Sturm has accepted the position to replace Bailey and will start on the 15th of this month. So we need to, I need more approval to hire.
Is that Sunday? What day?
It's a Monday.
Okay,
It's a Monday.
just the beginning of the
It's
phase.
Monday,
Okay,
well,
all right, okay.
Make a motion.
Mike, you second it?
Okay.
So,
Okay. So we're moved to approve the hiring of Caleb Sturham effective 5/15/23 as a FDEMS.
And I'm, not that this is a good way to do it, but I'm taking him from Monterey. So we're all just trading with each other. What it is right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
People gotta come back to work.
Right.
Okay, all those in favor, Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes,
Motion passed.
And then, last is already on the agenda, is executive session. That's all I have.
Okay, we'll have that at the end of the meeting.
Right.
You just want the board in there and,
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And John has that paperwork.
okay, good. Yeah, man. Do you have anything?
No, that was Sue's.
Okay, Sue.
okay. As a township trustee, I represent the Portage County Central Visitors Bureau. And we have a monthly meeting. And the next level up is the group that's called Adventures in Northeast Ohio, which is, we're all connected. So yesterday I went to Hale Farm for a regular session. And I was just really pleased. I picked up some brochures here of the event schedule, if any of you. This is really, really amazing. First time I've been there, so I'm definitely gonna be going back. But what I became aware of, and I wanted to share, is there's a website called Central Portage V as in Victor, VCB.org. And what this travel group and all that, what they have done, they have set up a sweet treat trail in Portage County. If you go on that website, you can go down there and click on that, and it gives you all the places in Portage County that you can go. The bread oven is on there. A number of places that you go. No cost, it's just a drive through. You see something you want, you buy it. And if you wanna just get out of the house for a little bit, take a little tour, just put it on your phone and it'll take you one place to the next place. And I thought it was really, really very good. And there's a place that makes cookies, another one makes cupcakes. And it's just a good thing for kids and old kids too. But I wanted to share that it is an update, something that's getting some exposure to people that come into Portage County.
Where do you go find that, Sue? What's it called?
You find it on, it's Sweet Treat Trail.
Sweet
And it's like a drive-through, and they tell you all the addresses and where everything is. And like I said, the bread oven is on there for sure. A couple other places, in Brimfield are on there also.
I can give a shout out to the Brimfield bread oven. They have,
Yeah,
the frozen pizzas.
frozen pizzas.
Yeah, because they make them only on Saturday, but you can buy a
Oh,
frozen
okay.
pizza.
I'm gonna
And you
find
cook them
out.
at home, they are amazing.
From another restaurant owner, that's a great compliment.
No, they are really good. Have you ever had one on Saturday?
Good. You gotta get them. Their pizza's really, really
Well,
good.
now you can have them any day of the week. You just go there and buy a $12 pizza.
So we've gotten several. We've bought several of those.
Very good. Okay.
That's
I'm so glad you go to all these meetings. Thank you. Okay, zoning.
Thanks, Mike. So the first item I have is the request board approval to appoint Bill Anderson to the zoning commission. He's an alternate right now, and Seth Halen is moving to Arizona, so he's off the board. So we'd like to move Bill Anderson up.
As liaison to the economic and zoning, I'd like to make that motion to appoint Bill Anderson to the zoning commission board. He is presently an alternate, will just be moving up. So now we have a position for an alternate, if anybody wants to come in and make application for it.
Yeah, I second that. I think Bill would be a great addition because you are very dependable. You make most of our meetings, so thank you.
All right, all those in favor, Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Next time I have is the request for trustees to advertise for zoning commission alternate member.
Okay,
That would be a thing in the paper.
I can make that motion. Let me go ahead and advertise.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor, Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Motion passed.
And then the last item I have is, went to the Kent Judd meeting, and district financial report shows that we have an increase of 41.78% from the last 12 months comparison.
Yeah, that's great.
So we're doing
Did
good.
did we get the check? No, they brought us a copy of the check, which doesn't do us any good.
Yes.
We got it back. Oh, yeah.
So I hear from the kids at the restaurant, Aldi's is opening up on May 15th or 16th.
It's an unofficial date out there.
I don't know, it must be official.
It's,
It must be,
That's what they told me.
yeah, it's, they've been saying that, but
And they're hiring staff and everything's all ready, so they know when they're gonna.
They must. And the one guy that was talking about it, he loves their pizzas, so the theme of this meeting is pizza.
there you go. Yeah,
Apparently the pizzas they got are amazing.
they're good.
Pizza, Eggo, close.
What?
Eggo pizza.
Is that what they have?
Yeah.
That's on 18 right there with
Oh, yeah.
No matter what I end up.
They close? Yeah, they do pizza. Yeah. It's like real pizza. All right. Okay. So is it Mike?
That's it. Next meeting will be a little bit busier. We've got a bunch of stuff for public hearing next
Ready
meeting.
to talk about that casino coming to Brimfield?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Okay.
Right down there by all the stuff at Maple Crest, that's where they're clearing on that, next to Myers gas station.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Careful what we
I'm
say.
just kidding.
Okay, good. Road department. Dave?
Yeah, well, we've been trying to do some ditching and berming and dirt patching, weather permitting, which hasn't been too helpful here lately. Just want to let the board know, we might be looking into replacing a pickup truck, or the old zoning truck that we had. Framing finally gave up on us, so,
What's it, 30 years?
What year is the one you are looking to replace?
it's a 2005. I had the dates wrong.
Oh, I thought it was older than that.
No. it's
So
just-
it's pushing.
My time goes by fast.
Yeah.
How many miles, got an estimate mileage on it, or
No, I never pay attention to that
it
stuff.
is
That
hard,
was Dick's old.
it's been a hard working truck?
It just rusted away.
If I put a catch basin in the back of it right now, it's split right in half. So it's
It's time.
yeah, it's time. So, we're still waiting for parts on the small dump truck, the cemetery truck. We just can't get the parts in for it. It's a 2006 and you can't get the parts you need to fix them. So we may be looking at something there too, but, I just had a question for the board. The township signs on 43 and 18 that we put up. Is there anything you want us to do to them, like spray weed killer around them, throw mulch on them? That way there ain't grass growing up along the edges. Just throwing it out there, just to clean them up. I mean,
It's whatever you want to do.
Or at least maintenance around them and weed eating until the grass doesn't.
well, but that's the problem is, again, you're spending quite a bit of time weed eating. That's why I'm thinking if I spray kill about a foot around them and just kind of mulch it up at an angle a little bit, at least give it a nice look.
That would be saving money, so. That works for me.
I just wanted to bring it up before I went out and did something to it, so.
Could you make the sun shine more so the lights come on?
Dave, get on that.
Yeah, I think, Dave, that's something you can just go and do.
Well, no, I just wanted to bring it up just in case somebody else had different ideas on it. I didn't want to just go out and do this and then get, well, where the heck's our flowers at?
To make it easier.
Nope, this way it also looks nicer for the homeowners. They're not looking at, if we don't get to for 3-4 weeks, they aren't looking at weeds on the side of the sign.
Good idea.
Just wanted to let the board know also, we finalized the school bill for salt for the season. They used 28 ton of salt for $48.69 a ton. And their total price was $1,363.32. So I did talk to the school already. Kirsten was sending the bill over to them. We had all that set up. Everybody's got the same thing on all the pages. Next week, Tom Weiss will start on the Tuesday. He's going to work 30 hours a week, 3 10s with us as a part-timer. Tom's been with us now. This will be his 3rd year. Keep bringing him back. He's a good kid.
You're going to still hire another one, right?
Well, again, right now I've talked to a few other people that kind of were talking about wanting to work that and then they don't want to work.
You've got one for sure.
I got one for sure. That's my main thing.
Tom Weezy. Yeah,
Yes.
Tom Weezy.
He's,
He's got an
Tom
empty
also
spot.
2 kids.
Yeah.
Tom actually, Tom will outwork a lot he'll do enough work for a couple if I don't get another person, so.
I'm just worried about all the parks and not having an extra person. I know how you get stressed.
I don't get stressed on the parks.
No, stretched out.
I don't get-
Teach her how to drive the traffic.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, I know you will.
And I'll come back for a new tractor. Also, just to let the board know, the Klein Road project,
Just back there, should we have Michelle put some kind of notice on something that we're looking for a part-time?
well, we've been discussing, I've been kind of holding off on it a little bit right now on that. Like I said, I checked with a few people we've had in the past, waiting for answers that way.
Well, let us know when you want to. Okay.
The Klein Road project's moving forward. The survey crew's been out there. They're starting to set up the design and everything, the engineer associates that we passed on Monday. They're out there. You'll see them out there doing a bunch of surveying, hydraulic testing for water, all that
Is
stuff.
there gonna be any detours for a while there to close the road while they work on
Well,
anything?
when we get to that point, the road will be shut down.
How long do you think the detours will be? I'm
Well,
just guessing.
It's probably, let's go Howell roadway, 2 months.
Yeah.
Well, let's just be on the safe side. I don't want to say 2 weeks and then, oh, you said 2 weeks and this is the third
Right.
week. So it just all comes back on the design and what they have to do on that project. Again, we could run into a hiccup like we ran into Howell Road. Some of the material did not show up as quick as it was supposed to.
So just so I know where it is, the big culvert that we have or the going right when the low incline pass, that's not where we're doing it,
No,
right?
this is
It's up
actually
farther.
toward the Franklin line.
Oh, right by Messner.
Yes, it'll be right by the park.
Okay.
That's where it'll be at.
Yeah, right there at the apartments, condos, I don't know what you call them right there, but right there, yeah, it's the big pipe right there. So, and that, well, of course, none of the stuff has started, like I said, the design and stuff's just starting now. So, the engineering,
Let me just ask you, just because I don't know, which way is that water flowing?
it flows to the north.
Is that any of the wetlands that are over there? Will they go faster out of there now?
No.
That's not gonna affect that area? Okay, I just didn't know.
No, that actually, if you drive down Klein Road and you see the big pipe we replaced on Malloy Road by Scott's Farms,
Mhm.
that pipe, that big ESSA goes through there, that actually continues and goes across Klein Road, heads toward Kent State University. So that's where all that's connected.
I just didn't know because it was on the other, it's taking water that way.
But a lot of that you would have to clean out, ditch ways and all that, which we can't do. We're only,
No, I just didn't know if that pipe was to a point where it wasn't letting as much water come
no,
through.
actually the pipes allowing plenty of water through. It's just starting to fail.
Okay.
So we're trying to get this before the hiccup of a failure where we're watching it every week to make sure,
Not
We don't
flooding
get-
everybody's house.
well, no, that we don't have to worry about shutting the road down because it's collapsing. So, other than that, that's my report.
Just one thing I want to make clear for the 6 people that are watching YouTube. Just so they understand that what we do is we help the school with this salt, just so everyone knows, so we sell it to them at our cost. It's just it's a way that the township is helping the school out. So, just so everyone knows that. 'Cause I know we all know that, but a lot of people don't. So, okay. Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Parks and Rec.
Alright, I just have a few informational items for the board today. The first one is an update on the Messner Acres barn demolition. Helmling was over yesterday, bringing equipment over, so that should start. Do you know if he started yet, or?
I didn't even know you brought equipment in, so.
Yeah, it should start this week.
So he's gonna get the tires and everything?
Yes, yep, that was included in it, so that's gonna be a great improvement to that park. That's one of the biggest barriers to getting it open, so.
Yeah, if you want to, let me know. I might run out there with you.
Sure.
Or I'll meet you out there.
Yeah,
Like to
yeah.
see what's all going on.
Yeah, he's gonna give me a call once he gets
Yeah,
started,
let me
so.
know.
He's probably just setting up right
Yeah, that's
I,
what he
I
said.
would think, he was gonna get, dumpsters in there, track machine, all that stuff, so.
Yeah.
Did he tell you how long he thought it would take or?
No, I imagine it'll go pretty quick. I mean, I think if you kick that barn, it would fall over, so.
I haven't seen that place. When was the last time you saw that? So
4 years ago.
Yeah.
I've been out there and tramped all around it.
Mm-hmm.
Where are your roots?
Yeah, she did, yep.
There's even longer than that.
And watch out for snakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was 6 years ago or something, and I've been in the backpack thing.
Yeah, Aaron and I went out about 2 weeks ago and took some before pictures too, so.
Okay, nice.
Just a reminder to everybody, the 6 people on YouTube and everyone here also, the Brimfest Parade applications are available on our website. You can fill them out online or you can download them. We will accept those on behalf of Mary and the Lions Club, or you can give them directly to her. So, yeah, if anybody wants to sign up, we got a few signups already, so that's good.
That Andy put together, it's good.
Yeah.
We really need all to share it and
Yeah.
help them out. It's great that they're stepped forward to put this parade together.
Yes, yes, it is. It's a great help. We are getting quotes for lake management for McGuire Park. I've already had 3 companies come out and do an assessment. I'm just waiting to get their final quotes back. On the top of my report, you will see we are debuting the new Parks logo and tagline. It's a play on our current logo. We added our new slogan, which is Small Town Parks, Big Adventures. And of course, all credit goes to Erin for the parks design here. I give her ideas and she turns them into that. So I love it.
It's pretty nice.
I've been working on branding, some new things. So that was a big piece to that. So I'm happy to see that. And then just an update on some upcoming programs. On Saturday the 13th, we have the Sioux Field Spring Cleanup Day from 9 to 4 at Lions Park right over here. On 5/19 at 8:30 a.m., we have a warbler walk. Warblers are migratory birds, in case you don't know. And that will be at Cranberry Creek Park. We will bring the binoculars, or you can bring your own.
How big is the warbler?
Yay big, robin size, maybe a little smaller. They're bright and colorful and fun. And you can only see them this time of year or in the fall. So it's a very small window of time where you're able to see them. So birders are very interested in those.
They do it at 8:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Early bird.
What day is the 19th?
That is a Thursday.
I'm gonna think back
Friday.
on this May 13th.
Friday.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
On this May 13th spring cleanup.
Mhm.
Over in Akron, there's Hazel Street Recycling. This is owned by women. How about that? Anyway, in talking with them, they're going to donate to us the retainer or the container to put all the metal scrap and all that stuff in. So I told her, I said, if you donate the container, then whatever we collect, you can have. So I thought that's a good deal.
That's good. Hey, somebody asked me, are you collecting tires? That's what I thought. I didn't know what
On
it
the
was.
22nd of April, Earth Day, the recycling center was taking tires. That was their marketing
Mm-hmm.
thing that they did
1 second.
of April. It's already passed. It was Earth Day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, some guy said he had a grind full of tires.
Big guy, like.
And then my last item is on June 2nd from 5 to 8 p.m. at Ravenna City Park. We will be having the first Portage Park Summer Celebration. That will be a joint program between, I hope I don't forget anybody, Brimfield Parks, Kent Parks, Streetsboro, Ravenna. I'm probably forgetting someone, but anyway. Oh, Portage Park District, of course. And we're all coming to set up some activities and booths with information just to get people more familiar with our parks. And I'm really happy to work with the other park districts on this and have new parks friends.
What
So
day is that again? I'm sorry.
that is June 2nd, which is a Friday, from 5 to 8.
Are you all just setting up displays?
Yes, yep.
Tables and stuff?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and we're gonna have some marketing stuff.
And how is everybody getting in though? Off of
Oh, no, you're talking about the McGuire Park.
Oh, no, this is
Oh.
at City Park in Ravenna.
I'm sorry.
Oh, did I skip the preview
Yeah.
hike? I think I did skip the preview hike.
Okay, I thought
Well,
that's
anyway,
what-
I'll go back and talk about that too.
All right.
But yeah, the Portage Park Summer Celebration is at Ravenna City Park from 5 to 8. And there'll be 2 banners on Main Street and right in front of the park. So that'll be nice. Good advertising for
I'm
us.
glad you guys are doing this networking. That's a big piece that we've never had before.
And we plan to do another one of these events in the fall. And I think we're gonna, I think Kent volunteered for the next one, but maybe we'll be the next one. And then we're gonna continue to meet quarterly to come up with some more ideas, so.
Oh, it's great. I mean, at least you guys are all, feeding off each other.
Yeah, it was about time we all got together, so.
Right.
And then, yeah, I'll jump back. I missed the McGuire Park preview hike, which is May 25th. That's a Thursday. There's several time slots available for that. We're doing it by time slot because we have limited parking. So there are time slots from 5 to 5:30, I think 5:45 to 6:15, and 6:30 to 7, I believe. But we did open up a time slot just for employees also from 3:30 to 4. So you can end your workday if you work 8 to 4, I guess, at McGuire Park. So if you want to attend, just let me know or you can show up, and that's open to all employees. So please
3
let them
to
know.
4.
3:30 to 4.
Remind me.
Yes.
So you're gonna walk them down the trail?
Yes.
And stuff?
Yep.
How long will it, it's not gonna be, is it a long walk?
No, maybe half mile, I think.
Well, what about those, some of those pictures are sounding beautiful.
They're
Where
very
you see
beautiful.
the overlook?
Hmm.
Is there a trail to the overlook?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that gonna be part of the?
Yep.
And that trail's pretty cleared out, right?
Yeah, it's very cleared out. It's very nice. Tim did a great job.
Yeah, so I guess we have to keep it cleared out, because you said it's already pretty much done.
Yep.
So we just gotta get township employees some 4-wheel drive vehicles,
Mm-hmm.
4-wheelers.
And then we're also going to invite participants to, we're going to create a survey for them to give us some feedback and ideas for what they'd like to see in the park. So,
Did you, Shirley is writing that column.
yes, she'll be there. She's already signed up.
Is she gonna talk about the park, this walk for the township?
Yes. Yep.
Have you got much interest in it?
I think we've got 10 registrations so far.
Well, that's good.
And that
So I
includes,
can be out there cooking hot dogs.
yeah,
That'd be good.
sure.
They make the whole trip.
You gotta get to the end.
And
Get a hot dog.
I encourage everybody to come out and see it. If you haven't seen it, it's beautiful. And it's going to be, I don't want to say it's going to be our best park because our other parks are awesome too, but it's really great. And if you can't make it to this hike, just contact me and Aaron, or just let me know you're going over there. I encourage you to see it for yourself. So,
Right. And one thing Cassie and I were talking about the other day, she mentioned it, which I think is probably a good idea, is about boarding up that house.
Yeah.
I think there's too much activity.
Well, and was Mike Woman gonna check into that, or who are we gonna check with that house? If we're able to do anything with it, or is it him that said he was gonna do that, or are we gonna get somebody else?
I don't know.
We just have concerns about the house over there too.
Yeah.
The sturdiness of that as well. So-
I don't know, man, as much as I love to keep it, God, if it's, like Cassie said, she went in there and had asthma. just
Yeah.
Because it was,
I went in there almost a week ago and I'm still coughing because it's just,
Well, and it's not secure.
you were.
Yes. also, yeah.
I've installed security cameras just for safety reasons and just being in there. I go in like 10 feet because that's where all the equipment is, and I have to leave all the windows down there open just to not.
If you have to get in there, you probably have to have a fan pulling the
Yeah.
air out just before you.
It's definitely aged.
Strip everything
Yes.
out.
And, I mean, as much as, as one trustee is, I like to say the building, man, there's a point when you turn into a money pit.
Right. And it is a beautiful building, and whatever we can do to save it or save parts of it. The nice thing is it's made of stone. So if we did have to, create a new building, we could easily reuse that stone.
We just need somebody with construction skills to come down there and say, this is worth it or not.
I did mention to Charles, I think, well, Cassie, when he gets caught up a little bit, he would, he helped us, this community center before we spent all the money, I had him come out and walk with me. And I'd like to, as long as it's okay with you, Cassie, and all that, to get Charles to come out and walk through it with
Yeah,
us.
yeah, absolutely.
You know, just so we know what we're up against.
Yeah,
We have a limited fee, funds, and we just have to make sure we're doing it wisely.
my biggest concern for the building is it was built in 1930 approximately.
The
So-
asbestos and all that.
That also, I'm concerned about the septic.
It's been vacant.
If there is a septic system or cistern or whatever exists there, I don't even know. So, yeah, so
Yeah, so,
another project. But that concludes my report.
yeah. Okay, well, thanks, Cassie.
Yeah.
Joe.
Okay. Well, yesterday we had the kickoff meeting for the new website. Kind of just introduced the players to the team with Civic Plus. They're putting together a rough timeline. Right now, roughly, we're looking at probably mid to late November being the launch of the new site. So hopefully we can get this completed this year. But it's until we get running, we won't know. It's like any project until you actually start seeing deliverables. We won't have a good time, but we had a representation from each department there. Unfortunately, we had some issues with the person from fire getting connected, but the meeting was recorded, so we'll share it with them. I think it's going to go really nicely. One thing that I guess I kind of should put this order here. One thing that I have to say change. At the last meeting, you guys approved us moving forward with Spectrum for our fiber connection. After the Trustee meeting, I had a meeting with a conference call with AT&T to go over some other stuff, and they actually want to win back Brimfield Township's business. So they presented me with a fairly aggressive bid to do our fiber internet. So they actually beat Spectrum. And what I'm recommending is that we make a motion to rescind the last decision to do Spectrum and then vote to do AT&T. The biggest reason for that is AT&T is proposing to bring in 2 separate internet connections. So we have an internet connection into the police department and a separate internet connection into the fire department, and not be sharing the 2 connections. And I have actually spoken with Captain Atkins about that proposal, and he agrees with me that that's a better idea, because then we wouldn't have any potential issues with something happening at the fire that would affect police. So having 2 separate connections that are independent is probably better for the township. It does cost about $300 more per month, but that's, I think very negligible for having 2 separate connections. And it also opens the door for AT&T to be able to provide us with more products in their solution later. One of the things that I know Captain Atkins has spoken to me about is looking at AT&T to provide the township with cellular services. AT&T, from a federal government standpoint, is what they have. They're called our FirstNet. AT&T provides, like FEMA and all the federal governments, with a private cellular network, and we could get on that as our first responders. So if this kind of opens the door to do a lot more business with AT&T.
So you feel confident about this?
Yeah, I mean, AT&T is they're a bigger company. They're going to be able to provide a better service agreement. They're more likely to be up, and they're more likely to have less issues than Spectrum, because they are a larger company. They have more resources. And as I said, that opens the door to doing a lot more business with them in the future if we decide to.
I can save us some money. I can save us some money.
Yeah, I'm hoping on a wireless side that it'll save us some money. And it moves us better in the right direction for, instead of having 2 independent connections, we're not sharing one. And AT&T right now offers more capacity. So let's say we decide, the speed that we're going with, this isn't fast enough, or something happens, we decide we need to go much faster. AT&T currently offers much faster speeds in this area that we could go to. So their network's a little bit
Bring
larger.
that proposal for AT&T.
Shoot. I have it in my email. I didn't print it out. Sorry.
Well,
It's $1,800 per month is what it works out to be. So instead of being 15, it's 18.
So I'm gonna make a motion to rescind motion 2023-115.
Spectrum fiber connection.
Spectrum fiber connection.
Would you read that motion, please?
The one that we did for this one.
Read the one you're gonna rescind.
Yeah, Mike Sexy moved to approve and sign a contract with Spectrum Fiber Connection for 36 months at a cost of $1,500 per month. Sue Field second.
So then what would the cost be on a new motion?
It'll be $1,800 per month.
With AT&T.
So it'll be a more secure network. That's how you
Chief,
told
did
me.
you have
Yes.
any comment that you wanted to make on
No.
that?
Not specifically. I'm familiar with FirstNet because they are constantly sending me emails and information about their network, and I'm familiar with that. You mentioned something about a potential cost savings on the cellular side. We don't have a formal quote from them for cellular. You're just speculating
this
that
is
maybe there'll
just,
be a savings.
I think someone's already reached out to Captain Atkins and he has a demo device. So I think someone's been talking to him about it
Okay.
and he kind of brought that to me. And now as part of this, AT&T saying, hey, we would like to sit down with you and go over the big picture.
So my question is on pricing. If we went with them with cellular services, so if we go with them for both of these pieces, is that $1,800 a month still going to be the price we're looking at? Or do we have flexibility, or will we get any kind of a cost savings by bundling and going with their cellular service and using them for this?
Not if the $1,800 wouldn't go down. It would be on the wireless
On the wireless
side.
side.
They would negotiate it.
Okay.
Well, why don't we do this? Waiting 2 more weeks isn't gonna screw everything up.
No.
Why don't you talk to Chris when he gets back, Captain Atkins, and figure out what he found out, and then go back to them and say, hey, we're thinking about doing this, but let's talk about our phones. And
Okay.
get it all in one
Yeah,
package from them. and see what they-
the complication is with Verizon, each independent line has a 2-year contract. So it's gonna have to be either AT&T's have to come with us with some amazing offer where they buy out Verizon, or we'd have a rolling upgrade. So that's something that's gonna take, some
Well,
time to negotiate.
Let's figure those things out together, and then if we pass it now, they don't have any reason to approve any.
Okay.
Or feel like they're not in the game right now. They already know they got the contract.
Right, and that's fine. And one of the other, I guess, advantages of AT&T is they're able to move faster on the installation. AT&T has quoted me 30 days for install. So once we sign a contract with AT&T, they feel we'll have the internet connection in 30 days. So, there is no pressure. So yeah, I can work with them to see what the wireless
Let's figure
big
out what the
picture package
Verizon
looks like.
issue is of any of that stuff, what that would mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I'll work with Captain Atkins when he gets back.
That sounds
Like,
good.
you want to keep your motion?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, all those in favor, Mike,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
motion passed. Sue, you seconded that, correct? I thought you did. All right.
And the last thing I have is just kind of an update that I have gotten all the networking devices that we'll need for the new fire department. So all of the tech from a networking standpoint is on site. One of the reasons why I wanted to move forward ordering that now is because the chip market is still kind of unstable. So there are some devices that I was worried about being able to get closer into July, so I'll get that ordered. So I knew I had everything in place when we're ready to get into that building.
So I have a question with that too, since they're 2 separate buildings, and since admin and fire, they're gonna use the same connections and all that.
Yes.
We have them capped at the end when they're done building the fire department, and when they put up the admin, they can start again, or how does that process work to make sure everything's connected?
So physically linking the 2 sides of the building will be one fiber optic cable. So going across the fire bays will be a single fiber optic. So we'll have a network, we'll call it a network closet in the new fire department that all of the new wiring is terminated. And then that will link back to the existing network room, which is an electrical room or whatever we're calling it. So that will stay there. Whether how much of that wiring is able to be reused or in the new portions of the building, multiple new wire, but it'll still terminate to there. But that room will also be where the internet resides. So everything will go into that room, and then we'll link to the new fire department via a single.
When you got all your chips and all that stuff, were you thinking about the admin side too as well, what you were gonna need?
Yes.
Order and stuff, okay.
Yeah, my hope is to still be able to reuse most of the equipment other than the network switch, which we already have in place. Because The network switch in the existing building, due to dirt and dust, is already starting to fail. I've got it Band-Aided and I have a new switch in place. So that one we use for the admin side. So we've already purchased that.
We got that all under control.
Yeah, Joe, I'm glad you're on board.
Yes, yeah, I believe that we have everything. The only other thing that we still have to purchase will be security cameras. I think at some point we can look at, is door access still something that we have to address? So we still have some bits and bobs that will still need to be addressed, but the networking switches were something that I was worried about, its availability, because some of the equipment that I already had in my plan isn't available, so I already had to do some substitutions.
Okay.
So.
Good job.
Yeah, I'm glad you're on it. I don't know how we did it without IT. I just think we didn't do it.
So that's all I got.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Okay, cemeteries. You got anything cemetery?
We have just FYI, the Memorial Day service, the end of this month, starts at 8 o'clock. And, in the cemetery. So, just want everybody to come out on the 29th.
Thank you.
Hopefully at the time we'll help with everybody with Suffield and the Boy Scouts and all that stuff. We'll all
Yeah, we
work out at the same.
start at 8 o'clock. You can then go down to the Methodist Church and have breakfast, and from there you can go down to, the, Suffield for the parade at 10.
So instead of trying to compete with all three of those at the same
Yeah,
time.
get all three of them.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Good. Thank you.
Can I throw something in?
Yeah.
All right, the sign got fixed and replaced yesterday. You should see the road crew did a great job. Who was it, Cody, and who else painted that? Justin?
I'm not sure who will work. Cody, I know worked on it.
Cemetery sign yesterday, it was rusting, it was doing all kinds, so they took it, got everything cleaned back up, repainted it, and we put new cylinders, what are those called?
Oh, we put sleeves over
Sleeves
top of
over
the
the top.
6x6s.
So now when you drive by the new cemetery sign, the old cemetery sign has been repainted and looks brand new.
Right along 40.
Yeah. And we are in the process of getting the signs for the entrance of an exit. So
Yeah, those are.
they're gonna look, well, you're gonna like the ones that are coming through. So, we had that through the zoning or the cemetery board action, which is Dave, Sue, and Rochelle. So we put those together and that's all gonna look spectacular. Hopefully we get those signs back before Memorial Day, but we don't know.
Oh, that reminds me too of Memorial Day. Cassie, are we gonna be able to have a new flag up?
Should be. I'm getting quotes now.
So hopefully all that'll be up but the new sign is already up, or the new old sign
Okay.
has already been repaired. It looks really nice. So just take a look at it.
Well, we're still waiting for caps. There's caps actually coming put on top of the thing too, so.
Okay. Yeah, but you guys did a good job.
John, do you have anything fiscally?
I do. Yep.
Then we have an executive session.
That'll fall under, we have 4 and 7.
Or what?
You'll see before.
So we're gonna.
If you need to read them.
And then this one, is 7. Okay.
Okay, well, so I'm gonna make a motion that in this meeting, we go into executive session on this date, which is May 3rd. Trustee Mike Kaczynski moved to convene an executive session pursuant to the Ohio Revised Code 141-22G for the purpose of considering the following matters. Number 4, preparing for, conducting, or review negotiations or bargaining session with public employees concerning their compensation or other terms and conditions of their employment. And number 7, to consider confidential information related to the marketing plan, specific business strategy, production techniques, trade secrets, or personal financial statements of an applicant for economic development assistance, or to negotiate with other political subdivisions respecting request for economic development assistance, provided that both of the following are valid. The information is directly related to the request for economic development.
It's not, no, we're just doing it for the first part of that, because it's marketing strategy, is what that is.
The unanimous forum, the public body determines by roll call vote that the executive session is necessary to protect the interests of the applicant or the possible investments or expenditures of public funds to be made in connection with the economic development project.
Let's see, to second that, we're on our way.
I will second that motion to go into executive session.
And those that are made in it will be the trustees and chief quality and the fiscal officer.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, we're executive session at 9:01. Yes, all those in favor, Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Motion passed. 9:01 a.m.
It's not.
We need a little barrel when we start a fire.
Jim gets to stand by the fire pit out
Poor
there.
guy. Alright, and, okay, well, we're out of executive session, it was very, you guys done a great job coming up with some options for us. So, you ready, sir?
Okay, so did you want to make a motion about the implementation of the workforce development education tuition program effective 5/3? You want to pass that?
I would make that motion.
Okay.
And that'll be in your office if anyone wants to resolve it.
Oh, yeah, we'll have it. It'll be filed with us. He'll have a copy of it, but we'll have it.
And I'm gonna go ahead and second it.
Okay.
Great idea, Craig.
Okay, any other questions about that one?
No, I think it's a good tool.
I just want to thank Craig for looking into the possibility of us being able to do this workforce development program and doing the research on it and working with our HR consultant and bringing in these different ideas that we can talk about and come up with what we think is going to work best for us.
Well, it's a competitive strategy that we have to put in place to compete with other towns and cities to retain the EMS environment. So
And
we have to get creative, so.
I'm glad you're ahead of us.
Try.
So, okay,
All right, all those in favor of motion for the workforce development, Mike,
yes.
Sue,
Yes.
motion passed. Then, I think that we just were something along that way. You want me to read what I thought we were gonna put in to see if you're okay with it?
Yes.
I was jotting while I was, so I didn't forget. Move to implement / approve the May 2nd, 23 firefighter lieutenant assistant chief wage contract. Increase recommendation effective 5/15 of 23. That's what I thought. Are you good with that? So we've got a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
That covers everything.
And I'll second it.
Mike seconded it.
Okay. So we'll get Craig's gonna get all that stuff over to Kirsten so we can set all that up. And it'll be, again, that's another one of those marketing strategies that we had to do to be competitive. So,
This makes us competitive again.
yeah.
Right,
Okay, all those in favor, Mike,
Yes.
Sue,
yes.
motion passed.
Okay.
Good job, Attorney.
Well, there's a lot of work to do yet. So.
Good luck with it, Craig.
Listen, let's be positive. This is gonna work for us.
Well, if nothing else, we make a motion that we end this meeting.
Second,
Hey, all those in favor, Mike,
Yes.
Sue,
yes.
we are adjourned at 9:39.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Yeah, no, I'm really
Hopefully,